before I get started, there is one very important question I have to ask you.
All right. Happy Sunday night, everybody. Coach Micheal Burt coming to you live from Watercolor, Florida. Watercolor, Florida down here where I'm spending the next week or so in preparation for a lot of big things that are coming up. So if you're out there tonight, I want to play some pitch and catch. I want to talk to you about Monster Nation that is building some serious momentum. We're going to be releasing a big sale that I'm going to talk about tonight on tickets over the next week called 1776 in celebration of our country. And July 4th, I'm going to be releasing a big sale on the tickets. So if you ever thought about getting tickets to Monster Nation, then this is going to be your time to get those tickets, because we're going to be giving the $2,500 ticket. There's three levels. There's a $497, there's a $2,500, there's a $2,997. And this week, into July 4th, we're going to be doing a special 1776 sale on the tickets that are typically the $2,500 tickets. And that's going to get you 2 days, the day at the lodge and the day at the conference, plus one concert on Friday night. And then I'm going to be releasing some special other things that we're going to be doing. So I want you guys paying real close attention if you're out there. What's up, Tom Love, Daniel Hodges, Troy Birdsong. Troy, thank you for committing to your future. And so I just thought I'd come to you tonight because I was working on the book today, Flip the Switch. You guys know this has been a big process for me to write this book. I believe everybody needs a coach. I believe a good coach can change your life. I believe those that have a coach earn 3 and 4 times the amount of money that those that don't. I believe the best people in the world have a coach, not because they're screwed up, but because, Chris Gooden, they want to play at a higher frequency. So in this chapter I was working on today, chapter 6, I believe, it was called Pretenders versus Contenders. And when you think about this, Mike, a friend of mine many years ago told me that there were 4 levels of people. Okay? And you could tell what frequency a person was thinking at based on their conversation, Cynthia. He said low-level people get together and talk about other people. They gossip, Thomas C. Davidson. They spend most of their time in envy of other people. He said that's the lowest level of people, is that they spend all their time talking about other people. Folks, turn your envy into intrigue. That's the best way to say it. Number 2, he said the next level of people gets together and they talk about events. Events that happened in the past, events that are going to happen in the future, what's going on with the economy, who the president is, do they like the politics, right? The next level of people up, still pretenders, spend a lot of time talking about things that happened in the past, Donnie, or things that are going to happen in the future, or events that are going on. Okay? Then he said the third level of people, Thomas C. Davidson, and share this with other people, guys. That's Tommy saying share this with other people. We got to get the message out. Third level of people are people that get together and talk about ideas. Right? I'm down in Watercolor, Florida. It's a great place to think, talk about ideas. But ideas don't pay the bills. Ideas converted to products and services that solve problems pay the bills. Ideas that are converted to products and services that are marketed appropriately to an ideal audience that has the time, interest, and the money will pay the bills. Just ideas don't pay the bills. So he said, that's a higher level person, because we're talking about ideas. But a lot of people have ideas. They're moving toward contender, but they're still kind of pretender because they're living in a someday world. And then he said to me, the top level person gets together and talks about execution of ideas. They convert thoughts into action. And this is really what I'm saying in this book on Flip the Switch. That's, for the love of God, is going to be out sometime this year, folks. Man, with this book, it's grueling going through the editing of this book. It's been edited 4 or 5 times. Best editors in the world, McGraw-Hill, one of the top publishers in the world. We just keep playing back and forth and back and forth. But today, when I was working on that chapter, I had forgotten that I used to talk about this, the difference between pretenders and contenders. Pretenders talk, live in a fantasy world, think a lot. Contenders, man, go for the gold. They wake up every day and they have what's called a demonstrated capacity. which is a capacity to do what they're telling other people to do. So they take high levels of action. They fail a lot, but they also recalibrate a lot. They see failure as recalibration. I tried, it don't work. And they keep going, and they see it. Listen to what I'm about to say. They see it through to its logical conclusion. And I had a person once say to me, what does it mean? What does it even mean, logical conclusion? Well, it means you see it through until you have completed the task. You see the project through, Cynthia, until you have manifested the dream. You see it through, right? Now, you say, well, what has this got to do with the Monster Nation Conference? I think every big-time person on here would admit that their prey drive was most likely activated by getting proximity and exposure to someone operating thinking at a higher frequency than you and operating at a higher frequency than you. And that probably cost money. There was probably a sacrifice to be made. You had to give up some time. You had to give up some money. You had to give up some energy. But I think most people on here, Justin McLaughlin, would say my prey drive, my personal prey drive was activated when I was exposed to something. I was in an environment with somebody. Right, Daniel Hodges? So as we push this Monster Nation Conference out and this 1776 special celebrating our country for July 4th, we're about to put this thing out tonight. That's 1776. Okay, so I got 3 ticket levels for Monster Nation. I got a $4.97 general admission, gets you 1 day at the conference. Brad Lee, Rob Luna, Tori Cruz, Cody Askins, Tommy Davidson, Daniel Hodges. Okay, some of the best people in the world. They get you 1 day at the general admission ticket. Then I got a $2,500 ticket, and the $2,500 ticket gets you 2 days at Monster Nation. 1 concert, pretty much VIP. Okay. Then I got a $29.97 ticket that gets you both days, private concert with Diamond Rio on Thursday night, plus private concert on the next night, plus 2 days at the conference, plus some special perks. And so at that second level ticket of $2,500 this week, we're going to be doing that at $1,776. And for the whole week, we're going to be posting it tonight. We're going to be getting people in the room, and I want to invite you to go back to a time in your life when your prey drive was on high, and ask yourself, who were you around? For me, 2012, Grant Cardone invited me to speak at a 10X conference. So crazy because it was 8 or 9 years ago. It came up on my Facebook today. Riviera Maya, Mexico. It was Bradley and Melissa Lee, Cardone and Elena. It was Jared Glant. He didn't have his wife at the time. It was Matt Monero and his wife, Rocky. It was a lot of big-time players. And I got in that room, and, man, my mind was opened. It's like, hey, I need to go back. And this is the big revelation I had. This is the power of getting in the room. Is I went back and I said, man, I need to find a way to take all of my programs online, Carrie, and I need to find all the ways that I can sell to anybody on planet Earth. If you're doing something right now and it's working, it could always work at a higher frequency. If you're doing 10 million a year, there's a way to do 20 million a year. But it typically takes a fresh way to look at an old problem, and that comes by being in a room with people operating at a higher frequency than you. It requires checking your ego at the gate and getting in a room. So at that time, Cardone was very instrumental in my life because I was 4 years into my business. I was operating at a very local level. I didn't have clients in Bolivia and London and other countries, Mexico and other countries. I was operating. You had to come physically to everything I did. And it was 100 people, 200, 300 people. Man, it was popping. It was popping. I would do a monthly monster producer class. You couldn't even get all the people in the room. But all the people in the room was still only 100 people, man. Now I think about it today, we serve people all over the world. We got thousands of people in our online academy, Monster Growth. We're going to sell this Monster Nation conference out. It's just a matter of which ticket you're going to get. You're going to get general admission. You're going to get the 1776, which gets you 2 days, 1 concert, or you can get the top level ticket. And then I'm going to be opening up, Thomas C. Davidson, a private event on Saturday, a private luncheon with Rob Luna, probably the top wealth strategist in the world on Fox Business every week, and Brad Lee. And I'm only taking 20 people for that private lunch on Saturday. And you can buy that individually, or you could buy it on top of the conference, right? You can buy it in addition to the conference. I don't care, man. Here's what I care about. When are you going to marry your vision with your action? And when are you going to cultivate the vision, the discipline, the passion, and the conscience to really go pro and leave your amateur desires behind and make a decision to take your talent all the way? See, a few years ago, I was speaking at other conferences around the country, and Martha, and I started to say to myself, man, I should be having my own conference, right? I'm speaking at other people's conferences. I love speaking at other people's conferences. I love all the people who have at their conferences. But man, I want to have a Monster Nation conference. We got 800 or 900 people in Monster Producer. There should be no excuse that Monsters don't get on a plane, take a bus, get on a train, and come to Nashville and get in a room. So we had this first conference. I think we had 250 people. Man, it was magical. And then I go, how do I do it bigger? Got a bigger venue. Adding 2 nights of concerts. Creating a private day on Saturday with Bradley and Rob Luna. I'm going to come up with some other stuff, man. I'm still working on some major people to speak at the conference. I've already got some of the best people in the world. I'm going to bring in some ringers on Thursday. That's why you want to get that ticket, that $17.76 ticket or that $29.97 ticket, because I'm going to be bringing in some special people that I'm not even announcing on Thursday at the lodge. So I'm excited about this. So when you think about this pretender versus contender, it's not that you're pretending to be somebody you're not. It's you're just playing casual with your potential, man. You're just playing casual with your potential. Okay? And my editor came back to me, Daniel Hodges, and she said, man, what do you mean on this prey drive activator of embarrassment? She said, I want a definition for embarrassment. It is an awareness of where you are versus where you are capable of going. And there's no way you don't walk away, Abby Bills. There's no way you don't walk away thinking bigger, taking bigger action, performing at a higher frequency. Just being in the presence of people who give off the impression of increase is really where it is. So for me, it goes all the way back to many years ago. At 18 years old, I got in a room with Don Meyer. 15 years old, I went to Broy Hill Leadership Academy, Alicia. 18 years old, I got in a conference with Don Meyer, Cynthia. 25 years old, I borrowed money to go to a 7 Habits of Highly Effective People conference. Okay, 31 years old, I'm speaking. 32 years old, something like that, I'm speaking at 10X in Riviera Maya, Mexico, with Cardone, Bradley, these other big-time players that were moving. You know what it did? Activated my prey drive. And I said, man, I want to go from a pretender, pretending to be serious about my potential is what I'm saying, to a contender. Okay, so Eric, I want you to post that link, that 1776 link that Mike released. For all the early birds, this week only, I'm offering a 1776 special, which gets you a committed ticket. It doesn't get you the obsessed ticket, but it gets you a committed ticket, which gets you both days. 1 day at the lodge. That's only for like the first 50 to 100 people. 1 day at the Bell Tower. Gets you a concert on Friday night. And it gets you some VIP access to all the people. So if you're out there and you're serious about playing at a higher level, then you're going to quit pretending that you're there and you're going to start getting there, right? And Nashville is one of the greatest cities in the world. It's probably one of the hottest cities in the world. If you're interested in the extra day with me and Rob Luna and Brad Lee on Saturday, then I would love to just see Eric White about that. That's going to be an additional investment, but it'll be worth it because it's going to be private. 20 people at the 505. And I'm trying to add as much value to you as you can. So if you're out there, man, and you're thinking, where am I at? I want you to catch yourself. Am I a person that spends my time talking about other people? I got a lot of envy. I got a lot of jealousy. I can't be happy for other people's success. Number 2, do I spend my time talking about events? Events that happen in the past, events that happen on the news, events that happen in the future. Right, D. Hodges? Am I a person that sits around and talks about ideas? You're getting there. We're on our way there. I want to show you at this conference, man, how to take an idea and in less than a few minutes, have that thing going. Have a funnel ready. Generate a couple $100,000 from that idea, or a couple million from an idea to action. So that's the 4th level of person, man. You get together and you talk about execution of ideas. I'm down here with Brandon Burks, mortgage guy. He's got a house right down the road. I got a house right here in Watercolor where I've been at for the last week. I'm going to be here for another week or so, week and a half. We're going to get together and we're going to talk about execution of ideas. We're going to talk about passive income strategies. We're going to talk about maximization of our capital. We're going to talk about what's the best thing we need to be doing right now during this screwed up period in the world. We're going to be talking about, see, we don't get together to just talk ideas, man. We get together and talk ideas to monetization. How fast can we take a talent, package it up, market it, and monetize it, right? And that's really what Monster Nation is about. I've got a team that asked me the other day, what is Monster Nation about? It's the greatest prey drive activator in the world. It's going to be the greatest prey drive activator in the world, Monster Nation. We're going to teach you how to be legendary. You're going to be around people of influence and increase. You're going to be doing deals yourself. I got people that come to Last Monster Nation that put together multi-million-dollar deals in Nashville in my private condo. Okay, and for the people that, for some people that buy the ticket, the extra event with Brad Lee and I, and Rob Luna, plus the highest ticket, the $29.97 ticket, we're going to do some private things at the 505, just you guys, and on Saturday the extra day. So, as Abby Bill said, don't skimp on this, man. Don't go cheap on this. If you got a $4.97 ticket, that's okay. If that's all you can get to, get $4.97, man. Get in the room, whatever you got to do. Get in the room, save some money. But this week is a 1776 special where we're going to get you one ticket. That's at the co-med level. And that's going to get you both days, one day at the lodge, one day in Nashville, plus the private concert. And it's only $17.76. Eric White posted the link. I expect some people to take action. I think I got about 50 of those spots. I got about 50 of the $29.97s, and I've only got 20 spots for the Saturday private lunch with me, Rob Luna, Brad Lee. And we're going to do personal brand, prey drive, wealth. Things that keep you up at night. So I'd love to take some questions, man. Sunday night. I'm excited about this week. I'm excited about this 1776 special. Eric White's posted the link. If you got a question, see Eric. If you're interested in the extra day with me and Bradley and Rob Luna, top wealth strategist in the world, one of the top brand people in the world, me top person of interest guy in the world, and Prey Drive, right, Cynthia? Help people get clarity, man. September 8th and 9th, you got to get to Nashville. You got to get your tickets. You got to get your plane tickets. You got to get on whatever you got to do, man. Whatever you got to do. Every person that came last year, I sat there the other night at Jana Truman's event, and I was speaking at her event with Rob Luna and Bradley and a lot of really, really big time people. And a woman raised her hand and said, man, this Monster Nation changed my whole life. It made me become remarkably bold. And that was powerful. Why do teachers make the best entrepreneurs? Probably because they're creative, the good ones. Probably because they got some prey drive. Not all teachers do, but a lot of them do. I know I did. I felt like I was a level 10 person stuck in a level 4 opportunity. And I knew once I accomplished my goal, I went from A to B at Riverdale and won a championship. I was ready to do something bigger. I was ready to be compensated at a higher level. I was ready to perform at a higher level. I was ready to help millions of people per year at a level. Now, teaching is one of the most honorable things in the world you can do, right? We have Success School now, which is expanding rapidly. We're working on new pods for that. If you don't have your kids in our Success School, where we're teaching the habits of the top 1%, you need to. They need the Kelly at CoachBurt.com, Kelly at CoachBurt.com, and she can get you in the right Success School or get your whole pod up and going. Okay, people need to learn how to be committed. They need to learn how to see things through to its logical conclusion. They need to learn to take a dream and manifest it into reality. They need to quit being casual with their potential. They need to get in a room with people and invest the money to get in a room with people. Every top person on this live tonight, or every top person that watches this on YouTube, sacrifice something to get in a room with somebody to learn something. 31 years old. I didn't know the difference between an asset and a liability. I was a high school basketball coach. I had less than $7,500 in my bank account when I retired. I left insurance, benefits, and I was at the top of my game. Won 74% of the games I coached. Okay, had great teams, great players, great assistants, great boss. And Neil Forrester, one of the things I did is I went down to the bookstore and I bought a book called How to Grow Your Financial IQ by Robert Kiyosaki. Now, little did I know the book was written by Sharon Lecter, who I've been out on tour with. Isn't that crazy? One of my mentors became one of my friends. So, man, we're out there tonight. We're talking Neil Forrester about the Monster Nation conference. I know you and Charlie are looking at coming. We got 3 ticket levels: $4.97, $2,500, $29.97. Plus, we got an extra day with Bradley and Rob Luna. It's going to be a whole extra day on the on Saturday. That's limited to 20 people private luncheon, me and Bradley and Rob Luna. What do you think we're going to be talking about, man? That's going to be powerful. But this week we're going to be offering a 1776 special, Pastor Ken. And that gets you 2 days at the lodge, plus Friday, plus one concert. Now, Neil, it doesn't get you both concerts, and I know your wives want to come to that one concert, so you need to get the other ticket. But for those of you out there that want to come and get one concert on Friday night, 2 days, me, Rob Luna, Bradley, Cody Askins, Chuck McDowell, Timeshare Warrior. He was powerful the other night at the lodge, man. Powerful on his story. Cody Askins, Tori Cruz. I'm adding more speakers, man. I'm about to add a real estate agent that probably did that. It's at 2,000 real estate transactions. Who's getting up there, man? One of the top, fastest growing females in the world. So if you're out there and you're interested, don't sit around on this, man. I'm only going to offer it for 1 week. We will sell this conference out, and it's more than anything about getting you in the room. It's about moving toward your potential. It's about quit playing small with what you're doing, man. Whatever you got to do to sacrifice. Get your babysitter. Bring the kids. Kelly, we ought to have a little Monster Nation Kid Conference at the same time. Kelly Eisler. Put that on your notes for us to talk about that. Okay? Put that on your notes for us to talk about a little kids conference at the same time, potentially, that we could have going on while the parents go to the conference, so the parents can take their kids in there. So, what questions you guys got for me tonight? I'm in a place where I can take a few questions. Happy to take questions or ask anything you want to ask. I'm going to be promoting heavily the Monster Nation Conference over the next couple of weeks, man, because I want to fill that thing up. 2 days, me and some of the top people in the world, 2 private concerts. One's going to be with Diamond Rio, and one's going to be a special guest I'm bringing in, which is going to be great on Friday night. So if you're out there and you're listening, if you hadn't got your ticket, come on, folks. Come on, man. Quit playing with your potential. Okay? Yeah, I'll tell you what, we're going to work on the thing for kids. Okay? We're going to work on a thing for kids. Do teachers make good entrepreneurs? Some teachers do. Some teachers still thinking too small, like I was in my life. Luckily, at 25 years old, I went to the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Okay, and it opened my mind to new possibility. I had an entrepreneurial spirit kick in. The private lunch is going to be separate, Daniel Hodges. That's going to be a separate thing on Saturday with Bradley and Rob Luna. That's a $5,000 investment. Taking 20 people for a private lunch from 11 to 1 at the 505 on Saturday. Me, Rob Luna, Bradley. And that's intimacy, folks. That's intimacy. Okay? So like I said, if you're out there and you want to bring your kids, we're going to work on a solution to that. Maybe have a little kids success camp or a little Monster Nation conference for kids. The price for Saturday, the investment for Saturday is $5,000. Me, Bradley, Rob Luna, private lunch. I'm only taking 20 people at the 505 on Saturday. Very high level. Ask any question to Bradley or Rob Luna that you want to ask. And, man, it's going to be powerful. I'm trying to just create as much value as I can for the participants. And give you levels, man. Just give you levels. But, yeah, I like this concept of a little Monster Nation for kids. And let's put the kids in a room. And let's let them get the coaching they deserve. Okay, Pastor Ken, the apostle of Pray Drive. I love that, man. Thank you, sir. The apostle of Pray. That's what Pastor Ken calls me from Florida. Thank you, Pastor. You guys got any questions tonight? Any pitch and catch you want to go at? So Kelly Eisler, if you're on here, let's talk about Monster Nation for kids. Adding a kids component to Monster Nation so parents can bring their kids. I think that'd be a game changer. Maybe even on Thursday and Friday, depending on what ticket they get. Okay? If you're here tonight, know I'm about to put tickets on sale for $17.76 for that second level. That gives you the committed level. Committed. There's obsessed, there's general admission, there's committed, and obsessed. Obsessed is $29.97. That gets you 2 days. I don't know if a conference is less than $3,000. It gets you 2 days, 2 private concerts, VIP access to the speakers. Okay, I just don't know of one out there, man. It brings that much value dollar for dollar. If you want to have lunch with me and Bradley and Rob Luna, I'd pay $5,000 to have lunch with those guys for sure. I did not see your question, Brian White. Can you bring that one back up again, please, sir? I'd be happy to take it. It's humid in Florida. But I love it down here, man. Been out riding my bike. I agree. Obsessed is the only way to go. How do you go pro during adverse situations in life? It all really comes in how you handle adversity. Let's give a definition to adversity. Adversity is a departure away from an ideal scene. It's an unwanted outcome. Nobody sets out to have adversity. Okay? But how we see adversity is very, very important. Meaning, can we use adversity to accelerate progress? Okay, can we stay focused when there's a lot of stuff going on, man? Family issues, and the answer is it's dependent on your ability to compartmentalize. Now, when you look at the four parts of the nature, the body, the mind, the heart, and the spirit, if you have a broken heart or a crushed spirit, then it's going to affect your performance. So I go back to in my life when I had a broken heart and I had a crushed spirit when I was 25 years old, and there's been other times I had broken hearts. But when I had a broken heart and a crushed spirit, Liz King, the only thing that got me through that period of my life, I'd like to say it was my faith. And it was some of my faith. But it was also work. I lost myself in my work, man. When I was going through heartbreak and breakdown and depression, I literally worked 18 hours a day. I know some people don't believe that, but the people who are closest to me will tell you 100%. I was at my office every day, 5:30 in the morning. I swam in the swimming pool, school swimming pool. I got dressed and I started my work day. And I just stayed occupied until literally I was so exhausted I couldn't see straight. And I would go to sleep, sometimes at my office, get up and do it all over again. I bet I did that for 6 months to a year. Okay, so your ability to compartmentalize life and adversity and use it. That's why in the new book, Flip the Switch, I talk about using negative emotions to create some kind of positive result. There's a lot of things that suck when you're going through it, man. It just sucks. But there's always a gain. There's always something to be learned. It's hard to know right when you're in the middle of it. Okay? That's right. One guy paid $20 million to have lunch with Warren Buffett. What would it be worth to have lunch with a guy who's built an $8 or $9 million company, $8 or 9 figure company in Bradley? What's it be worth to have lunch with Rob Luna, one of the top wealth strategists in the world, on what's going on in the economy, what you should be doing, how to build the value of your company? It'd be worth a lot more than $5,000. I'll assure you of that. Okay, so that's going to be on Saturday. 20 people. You can purchase that with the conference, or you can just purchase it without the conference. If you just want to come to that part, don't matter to me. I just want to see your face somewhere. Okay, I want to see your face at Monster Nation somewhere. We're going to work on the kids thing to have a little kids conference at the same time. Kelly Eisler, I'm sure, can figure that part out, and that way you don't have to say, "Man, I can't get a babysitter." Bring the kids with you. We will put them through a mini success school during the conference, guys. All right, Eric White is on here with us tonight, man. Text him if you got questions to find the right package for you. There's really 3 packages plus a bonus day. It's $497. General admission gets you 1 day. There's a $2,500, which we're putting on sale this week for $1,776. Happy birthday, America. Right, Nick Krim? There's a $29.97 that gets you both days with all the speakers, private access, 2 concerts. Then there's a special day, 3rd day, with me, Bradley, and Rob Luna, and that's an additional $5,000. Okay, so pick the ticket that fits you the best and get in the room. Nick Krim, I'm taking questions tonight. Nick Krim is and I are going to be doing some things together around person of interest too. He's got the Krim House. I love that, man. It's a great concept. Absolutely love it, man. Love your energy too. He's a big fan of the book Living with the Monster. Nick gives it out to girls that want to date him before he starts dating them. That may be the best way in the world to separate out. if they're pretenders or contenders, right, Nick? Hey, read this book. If you don't like it, you're out. Okay, I love it, man. It's hilarious, but it works, right? All right. Any questions tonight, guys? I'm taking any questions you want to ask Super Coach. Okay, we've been on here tonight promoting the Monster Nation Conference. I gave a little talk on pretenders versus contenders. South Florida, yes, I'm coming to Tampa. I feel like I'm coming to Tampa in September. That's what I feel like. Pastor Ken, I'd love to see you in the room. It's going to be a public event. I'm going to definitely be in South Florida at some point. Faux show. I'm in North Florida right now. Northwest beaches of Florida at my house in watercolor. I'll be down here for the next week and a half or so. Just man, thinking, trying to get this book finished. Okay. Many of you have been asking, why is it taking so long in this book? When you sign a major publishing deal, my book is with McGraw-Hill, one of the top publishers in the world. You just don't pump that thing out and go, here it is, right? It's like you write it, then they send it back. Then you rewrite it, then they send it back. Then you rewrite it, then they send it back. Okay? So it's one of those things, okay? One of those things you just got to work through. Yeah, I addressed that, Eric. Brian White's question about working through family challenges. There's always going to be some level of family challenge, man. It's just how do you use the adversity, the unwanted outcome to accelerate your progress. And check out the book, The Gap and the Gain. Everything's a gain. Even the embrace and the suck part is a gain. Kelly, did you see my comments about the Monster Nation for Kids? Okay, putting together some things for the kids so parents can bring their kids during the Monster Nation conference. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Okay. All right, folks, it's been a good night. You can. I'm going to be starting back my podcast, Flip the Switch, pretty soon. In the next couple of weeks when I'm back in town. So you're going to see me put more podcasts out. As you know, you can watch me right here almost every morning when I bring you positive content. You can watch these on YouTube. We push these puppies out to YouTube like crazy. Instagram. I'm up on TikTok now. Okay. It is very tough when your spouse doesn't have the drive. Here's what you got to do. You got to invite them to something. Come to the Monster Nation conference. Come to a couples retreat. Come to the lodge. Get in a room. Get in a room. Okay? Get in a room. Get exposed. I could have told my girlfriend at the time, Natalie. Man, you got to think bigger. Or I could take her to a conference with other power couples. Which one do you think worked the fastest? She talks about this in the book, Living with the Monster, if you hadn't got that. Exposure to big-time people activates the prey drive. And typically, Heidi, it's the person that's most resistant that walks away with the biggest takeaway. Okay? All right, man. I'm going to be adding a lot of things, guys. So listen, Monster Nation, September 8th and 9th. Got a ticket that's going on sale this week, $17.76 for America, folks. Live in the greatest country in the world. That gets you 2 days, a day at the lodge, plus VIP on Friday, plus a private concert on Friday night. So if you want to take that if you're thinking about the $2,500, I'd go ahead and bump up to the $29.97 and get the whole kit caboodle. I'd pay the $5,000 to have lunch with Brad Lee and Rob Luna on Saturday. But if you want to take the $17.76, let's move some of these things. If you want to get a $4.97, let's move them because we're going to sell this place out, man. When I commit to something, I see it through to its conclusion. Heidi, the next couples retreat, October 20 through 23rd. October 20 through 23rd. Eric White can help you. And I'm going to add one on power couples with me and the Wetmores, John Wetmore and his wife, Stephanie. And me and Natalie in November 3rd through the 6th, will be another couples retreat. So October 20 through 23, November 3rd through the 6th. And then I'm doing an all EXP couples retreat December 1st through the 4th. So, all right, guys, it's been a good night. I'm going to get in here and eat some dinner. Thank you guys for everything. I believe everybody needs a coach. Thanks for sticking in here with me. I want to go long with you tonight. I told myself today when I was working on the book, I need to get back to these long-form coaching sessions. Just giving value to people based on 20 years of doing this, man. 30 years really doing it. And I want to help you. I want to take you from where you are to where you are capable of going and closing the gap. Okay? But you got to close the gap between pretending to want to get better and being casual. And you got to make a commitment. You got to commit. Right? You and your potential, Liz King. You got to commit. Okay? All right. Pastor Ken. Thank you, Pastor. Pastor said I'm on the apostle of pray. We'll put that on t-shirts, man. All right, you guys have a great day. I'll see you back tomorrow. Get with Eric White. Get your tickets. Let's roll. Have a good night.
Before I get started, there is one very important question I have to ask you.
Coach Micheal Burt, Monster Producer Academy CEO. He's a personal friend of mine.
What good is it to have knowledge with no desire? What good is it to have desire with no skill? What good is it to have knowledge and skill with no confidence?
A big part of activating your prey drive is finding and refining your talent. This is something that helps you get to the next place.
People are made up of 4 parts: a body, a mind, a heart, and a spirit.
You need to know you, and then you need to have an awareness, and sometimes you don't even know what you need.
So all 4 parts of our nature have to be clicking. Your hard skill solves my problem. The bigger the problem, the more money people will pay to solve it.
Everything is valuable to your future. What I'm really paying you for is your past.
A monster producer combines multiple skills to dominate a market.
When you get to wake up every day and do what you love doing, man, it is hard not to be motivated.
They think at a higher ordinance than everybody else. They want to create new things.
I have a conviction about me, and that's the conviction that you feel when I talk, when I speak. It comes across as passion.
You got to learn how to connect to another person at such a deep level that it moves them. You have goals, you have targets, but you don't have a sense of urgency.
They're going to exchange money, energy. They're going to raise capital. They're going to start new businesses. There's going to be joint ventures.
I think your purpose finds you. It is activated. The word activate means to initiate.
Discipline, which is a derivative of the word disciple, which means to give yourself to a person or cause you believe in. Do you believe in your future, yes or no?
When we know better, we do better. Finding the problem that you are uniquely qualified to solve, and you don't know what problem you really solve for whom, then there is no big financial exchange right there. You should leave here thinking bigger today than when you came.
And I want to shake your hand and look you in the eyeball when you make this decision. Thank you. We'll see you in the back. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.